Have you ever wondered how living alone affects men and women differently? Does solitude bring a sense of freedom, or does it sometimes feel like loneliness in disguise? How do gender roles and societal expectations shape the way people experience independent living? Living alone, especially in later years, can feel like a liberating experience for both women and men, but the impacts and challenges differ based on gender, often influenced by societal expectations and personal experiences. While both genders face unique opportunities and obstacles, the way they navigate these experiences is shaped by cultural norms, past relationships, and their personal outlook on solitude. For many, the act of living alone is synonymous with freedom, the ability to make independent choices, set one's own routines, and focus on personal desires without compromise. For women, especially those who have spent much of their lives managing households or prioritizing the needs of a partner and children, living alone can feel like a long-awaited opportunity for self-discovery. There is a newfound sense of autonomy in waking up to a quiet home, preparing meals to one's own taste, and having uninterrupted time to engage in passions long set aside. It is a phase that allows them to reclaim their identity beyond their roles as mothers, wives, or caregivers. Yet, this independence can come with its own emotional weight. For some women, particularly those emerging from long-term relationships or widowhood, the silence of an empty house can be overwhelming. The absence of daily interactions, the lack of shared laughter or even disagreements, can lead to a period of adjustment where solitude feels more like a void than a gift. However, women often find resilience in their ability to nurture relationships. They are more likely to maintain close friendships, join social groups, or seek emotional support when needed. Many turn to community activities, book clubs, or creative pursuits like painting and writing, finding solace in the ability to connect with like-minded individuals while still maintaining their independence. Men, on the other hand, often approach solitude differently. Traditionally conditioned to be self-reliant, they may see living alone as a natural extension of their independence. For some, it is a welcome retreat, an opportunity to focus on personal projects, career ambitions, or long-neglected hobbies. The freedom to structure their own lives without external expectations can be exhilarating. However, this self-sufficiency also comes with risks. Unlike women, men are generally less likely to actively maintain social ties, leading to a greater risk of isolation. While they may enjoy solitude, they might struggle with the emotional depth of loneliness, particularly if they have not developed strong coping mechanisms or support networks over the years. The experience of living alone also provides fertile ground for self-reflection and growth. Women, who have historically been expected to prioritize the well-being of others, may find this time to be one of profound transformation. It becomes a phase where they can revisit long-lost aspirations, whether that means traveling to places they once only dreamed of, learning new skills, or simply enjoying the freedom of an unstructured day. For some, this period brings a deep sense of contentment, a realization that their own company is enough and that fulfillment does not always require external validation. For men, the journey of self-discovery can be more complex. While solitude grants them the space to explore their interests, it can also highlight emotional gaps that were previously masked by a busy household or a demanding career. The quiet may force them to confront emotions they have long buried, revealing vulnerabilities that societal norms have discouraged them from expressing. For some, this introspection leads to a healthier emotional state, where they learn to process feelings more openly, seek support when needed, and cultivate deeper, more meaningful connections. However, for others, the struggle with loneliness can manifest in unhealthy coping mechanisms, such as excessive work, substance use, or avoidance of emotional introspection altogether. Social connections play a crucial role in defining the experience of living alone. Women generally maintain stronger emotional bonds and find ways to integrate socializing into their routines. They may host gatherings, engage in volunteer work, or even adopt pets to fill the emotional gaps that solitude can sometimes bring. The ability to control their social interactions on their own terms provides a sense of balance, ensuring they have both companionship and the space to enjoy their independence. Men, however, often face a more pronounced challenge in maintaining social ties. Traditional gender norms have not encouraged deep emotional expression among men, leading to friendships that may be more surface level. Without the natural social structure provided by a family environment or a partner, some men may find it difficult to initiate or maintain meaningful interactions. While some embrace their solitude, others may find themselves grappling with a quiet that feels more like isolation than peace. Mental health is another significant factor in the experience of living alone. Women, while potentially more susceptible to feelings of loneliness, are also more likely to seek emotional support through friends, therapy, or social activities. Their willingness to express vulnerability often allows them to navigate the emotional ups and downs of solitude more effectively. For many, living alone is not about being lonely but about embracing a new chapter where they prioritize self-care and emotional well-being. Men, in contrast, may be less inclined to express emotional struggles, often internalizing feelings of loneliness, stress, or anxiety. This reluctance to seek help can make the experience of living alone more challenging for them. While solitude offers peace for some, it can also bring about a sense of isolation for those who are not equipped to handle emotional self-sufficiency. The pressure to appear strong and independent can sometimes prevent men from acknowledging when they need support, further deepening feelings of loneliness. Financial independence is another crucial aspect of living alone. For women, particularly those who may have previously depended on a partner for financial stability, managing their own finances can be both empowering and daunting. The ability to make financial decisions, budget for personal goals, and plan for the future provides a sense of control and confidence. Many women take this opportunity to invest in their dreams, whether that means traveling, starting a small business, or simply enjoying the freedom of financial self-sufficiency. For men, financial independence is often seen as an expectation rather than a new experience. While many take pride in managing their finances alone, the full responsibility can sometimes feel overwhelming, particularly if they are not accustomed to handling financial planning on their own. For some, the transition to living alone highlights financial challenges they may not have faced before, adding an additional layer of stress. While solitude can be a source of peace and fulfillment, it is important to recognize the distinction between solitude and loneliness. Women, though more likely to feel the emotional impact of an empty home, are also more adept at creating supportive networks that mitigate these feelings. Their ability to nurture friendships, engage in community activities, and seek help when needed often makes the transition to living alone more manageable. Men, on the other hand, may be more accustomed to solitude but less prepared to handle its emotional consequences. The societal expectation for men to be emotionally self-sufficient can leave them struggling to navigate the challenges of living alone. Without proactive efforts to maintain social connections and express their emotions, loneliness can become a silent adversary that erodes their well-being over time. Ultimately, living alone is a deeply personal experience, shaped by individual perspectives, societal influences, and emotional resilience. For women, it can be a time of rediscovery and empowerment, a chance to embrace freedom and build a life centered on personal fulfillment. For men, it can be an opportunity for self-growth and introspection, but it also requires an openness to emotional expression and social connection to avoid the pitfalls of isolation. Regardless of gender, thriving in solitude requires a balance of independence, self-awareness, and meaningful relationships. The golden years can be a period of renewal, an opportunity to redefine personal happiness, and a time to embrace both the joys and challenges of living alone. With the right mindset and support, solitude can be transformed from a challenge into a powerful journey of self-discovery and fulfillment. Thank you for reading. If you found this discussion insightful, feel free to share your thoughts or experiences in the comments. See you in the next article.